What's up everybody, Jay here and welcome back to the Plant to Tank. And today I just want to talk a little bit about my Waterbox Clear 16, the whole setup. And I apologize, it's been a long time. I know I've been super inconsistent with my uploads. I was in college and I am finally done with it, and it was really wreaking havoc because I was super busy all the time trying to catch up on all kinds of stuff. But anyways, sorry about that, but let's jump straight into the video. So like I said, I'm going to be talking about this whole setup, the stand, the tank, the lighting, everything. So I'm just going to work my way from the top to the bottom. So the light here is a Chihiro's Vivid RGB2. This light is app controlled. It has timer settings. It has a little fan up here, which some people might, be worried about. And it's very quiet. Even when I have nothing going on in the room, you still can't hear it. And does a really good job at keeping this thing cool. I do have it mounted on these little 90-degree brackets that I got from Home Depot. I think they were like $5 a piece or something like that. The light does come with the suspension system. You'll just have to find a way to hang it yourself. You can buy separate brackets that attach to the back of your tank to hang the light from Chihiro's, but in my opinion it kind of looks a little tacky, so I decided to go with some custom hanging supplies from Home Depot. I believe these actually aren't even meant for hanging stuff. It's like meant for, to make a shelf out of, but it flows with the whole room and the setup really well, so no plans to change that anytime soon. The light is running at 50% on all LEDs. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not. The light that it puts off is a really nice, cool blue, and obviously with it being RGB, you can customize that, to your liking. I like to run it on, the same percentage on each color because it, to me, looks really nice. It basically looks exactly like the ADA Solar RGB, and I believe it's the same power output as well. This light I think is like 141 watts at max power, and like I said, I'm only running it at half power just because this tank is newly set up. And I did reuse the aqua soil moving down to the tank now. I'm reusing the aqua soil that was previously in there because I was not having any issues growing plants in it beforehand. I did top it off with a little bit of fluval stratum. You guys may know that I originally set this tank up about a year and 8 months ago with UNS Contro soil. That stuff is really good too. It just doesn't seem to have the same effect on my plants. Fluval stratum just really, gets these plants growing. So I do have some Jardley lily pipes here that need cleaned. And those do a really nice job of, making the whole setup look more professional, I guess. And you don't have any like plastic or anything. Those are literally the only two things in the entire tank that aren't part of the Aquascape. So really digging that. So with the driftwood I believe is Malaysian driftwood. I didn't have any tannins leaching issues when I had these in my previous Aquascape in my Waterbox Cube 20, I believe is what it is, the Cube Mini 20 or something like that. You guys know I love Waterbox aquariums. They are a sponsor of the channel, so if you do get a chance, go check them out. They have all kinds of awesome tanks to choose from, and I believe they make cabinets as well. I prefer to make my own cabinets because it's a lot cheaper that way, but their cabinets are really nice. I believe that they're made of particle board, but all of the edges are sealed up with silicone, so you shouldn't have any of that particle board swelling issues that the cheaper cabinets have. The plants that I have in here in the back, I have some Ludwigia repens. These get super red in high lighting with CO2 and good liquid fertilizer. I'll get into the liquid fertilizer here in a bit. So Ludwigia repens for the background stem plants. I have Water Sprite on both left and right side, and those plants grow like a weed.
I'm imagining they're probably not going to be in this tank for very long, just because it's just going to outgrow every single plant in here, including the Ludwigia repens. It's just a crazy weed plant. It does look really pretty though, especially in bigger tanks. It takes up a lot of space really quick. So if you're looking for a plant that doesn't need any CO2 or high lighting, try Water Sprite. It's gonna grow bonkers for you. I also have a Amazon Sword Compacta there in the back. I'm hoping that that's gonna be kind of like a focal point plant in this tank. And on the Driftwood I have, I believe, what kind of moss is this? It's ADA, I think it's ADA spiky moss. I can't remember. I'll link it down in the description or in the comment section for you guys. And then I have some Anubias Nana Petite, Anubias Nana, and Anubias Golden Coin on both sides as well. And then for the foreground plants, I just have Storagine repens, or S repens as a lot of people know it as. It's a really easy foreground plant to grow, especially in high lighting and CO2, but like I've demonstrated in the past, you don't need either of those to really grow any of the plants that are in this tank, including the Ludwigia repens in the background. Both of the Ludwigia repens and Storagine repens are native to North America. I've personally never seen them grow natively, or else I would just go pick them from the creek. But yeah, apparently they are native to North America. The tank itself is a Waterbox Aquariums Clear 16. It is the exact same dimensions as the ADA 60P. So for all you beginners out there, this is a great tank to get started with aquascaping. It's pretty cheap as well. I believe last time I checked, it was like 120 bucks. For a rimless tank this size and for this high of quality, you really can't beat it. It's cheaper than the ADA tanks. And as you can see, the silicone on the edges is just perfect. You can't see any silicone anywhere. And just really high quality tanks. Oh, I forgot to mention the stones in here are Siriu stone. Those stones do make your water a little harder, but as long as you're doing your weekly 50% or more water changes, you're not going to have an issue with it making your water super hard. It's kind of a slow process, but it will do it if you wait a long time, let's say a month or so, to do a water change. Your water will get harder. You'll notice your plants start to struggle a little bit unless you have naturally soft water out of the tap, which most of us North Americans do not. Moving on to the stand here. This is a custom built stand, which I will show you more of. I just added these side panels about 3 days ago, I think. All I did was go to Home Depot, got some cheap boards. This front piece is a 1/2-inch piece of plywood that I had them cut for me. The cuts aren't free, but I believe they're like $1 or $2 per cut or something like that. So it's really not too bad. Moving down in here, as you can see, I have it held on by Velcro there. Underneath I have a Oase Biomaster Thermo 250, which is plenty of filtration for this tank. Some people even say that it's too much flow for this aquarium, which I'm going to strongly disagree with, because obviously none of my fish are just being completely blown around. In my opinion, it's like the perfect amount of flow for this aquarium. That filter is also completely filled with Seachem Matrix. That is my favorite biomedia. It's got a couple sponges in there. It does have a nice big pre-filter sponge in there that you can easily, push this tab over, take it out, clean it, and then plop it right back in there. As for CO2, I do have a 10-pound CO2 tank. This will last me probably about 1.5 to 2 years. It is a little later in the day right now, so it is shut off, but typically I do run about 1.5 bubbles per second on this tank, and that seems to do the job really well. I used to use a drop checker, but I've been doing this for so long now that I can kind of you know, gauge how much CO2 to use on what size tank. Yeah, as you can see, it's kind of clustered down here. That's the fish food I use, the Fluval bug bites for small fish. It's great, my fish love it. I dechlorinate my water with Fritz Pro ACCR. This is the powder form. This lasts me about a year with my 4 nano tanks that I have set up right now. And like I said, it is kind of clustered down there. I need to get down there and clean this stuff up and dust off my filter. As you can see, it's been a long time. But like I said, I've been super busy with college, so I've had all kinds of stuff getting in the way of my hobby. But as you can see, I am not done whatsoever, and I am fully enjoying this new Aquascape. I'm really loving this Driftwood. Makes this tank really pop. I would have filmed a lot more of the removal process of the old Aquascape to install all this new stuff. I basically just reused plants from the old Aquascape to make this one. And as you can see, even with using the same plants, you can get a completely different look in your aquarium just by changing out some of the hardscape. And I'm really, really enjoying this one. And I'm hopefully gonna end up getting a ADA light screen for this tank. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically like a white and blue background that goes on the tank, and it just makes your hardscape and your fish and everything else pop like crazy in there. But let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this tank. It's looking amazing. Really digging it. I'm out of breath. I haven't talked this long for a long time. But yeah, as you can see, the tank is really doing well, and hopefully you guys are doing well. Really loving this setup. Can't say that enough. But if you guys are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you never miss another upload. Sorry I've been waiting so long to make another upload. And yeah, hopefully we can get back to the typical Saturday and Sunday schedule that I used to have. And that's pretty much all I got for this video. So if you enjoyed it, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Keep it planted.